Hi and welcome back. Crosstown Gamer here with another riveting episode of Cuba Libre. I'm the 26th July faction playing against the bots. We're just going to dive right in because we're getting near the end and I want to make sure that we have enough time on camera to wrap things up. Okay. So we can see the government player is in the toilet as far as support. Directorio and we are sort of close to our victory conditions, and then the syndicate player is technically winning right now. So we'll go into Alberto Bio. July 26 free rallies in each space that it has a base, as if the space was neutral. That's tempting because we do have some. We've got a bunch of places with bases to free rally into, but because it's the ticking clock here and we just need to get support and opposition, I think what we're going to end up doing is probably terror, and then hopefully we can kidnap, let's see, any city where 26 guerrillas exceed police. Oh man, they did it. They moved in just enough with their train action to prevent us from doing it there. We could still do it in Pinar del Rio, the kidnap. I guess we could do it in these other locations. Doesn't matter. We can do it here. So, and I think does it close the casino? Yes, it does close the casino. So we can do it in Pinar del Rio and just be completely peachy keen, satisfied with ourselves for doing that. So first thing let's do is terror. It'll cost 1 resource per city or province. We only actually have 2 resources right now, so let's make this count. And then we will worry about kidnap later. We definitely want to do it here. So I'll place a marker to remind us there. And then the other location we'd want to do terror is, well, we don't really care about getting rid of support. We really want to just like get more opposition. Oh, Directorio definitely took control here, which is going to adjust their thing. They're going to go up by 1. I know I said I would look between videos, but I just kind of forgot to do that. So hopefully there aren't too many situations like that. Anyway, I think, we want to, we definitely want to do terror ops here. I think that's going to make the Directorio spin their wheels and waste time as well doing terror ops there so that they're not going to climb on the track. And that's what we want to do. So we'll do that. In order to do this, we will activate 1 guerrilla. We'll add a terror marker and we'll shift 1 level toward active opposition. So we'll activate this guerrilla, add a terror marker, and we will add an opposition marker as well. And this is a 2 population space, so we're going to go up 2 here, and then we're going to activate this guerrilla and do the same thing. We get to flip this, add a terror marker, and our victory condition again gets adjusted by 1. So now we're right there on the edge. We just need to do 1 more terror and we win if the prop card comes up, which would please me greatly. Although both Syndicate and us would be in contention for the win if a prop card did come up at that point. So we would need to adjust it there. Now we can do our kidnap. So we will transfer a die roll in resources or a cash marker from the Syndicate if casino, or from government if city or EC. Okay, so we're doing it from the Syndicate because this is where there's a casino. Yes, city, EC, or open casino. There is an open casino there, so we can do it. It's not a city, so we're not doing it from the Government player, we're doing it from us. Let's use our fancy red die because we're cool like that. And we get to transfer a red die of resources from them. 3. Okay, so we should have paid 2 resources for the terror op that we did, and then we get 3 of them back, and the syndicate player will lose 3. 1, 2, 3. Because we're transferring the resources. So that's good. And then we can close 1 casino there. Woo woo. Do that. And that will dip them again. We're just flirting with disaster here. As far as these victory conditions go. This is getting tense. So that was this. Directorio now. Alberto Bayo. Are they going to free rally in each space with a base? Probably. What's their card say? Yeah, looks like they're just going to do the event. So they will free rally in each space that has a base, as if the space is neutral. So there's 2 spaces with bases. It rhymes. It's fun. And so they're going to free rally there. And they're going to get a ton of guys in each of those spots. So I just want to make sure we get the priorities straight here. So population plus bases. So they're going to get 4 here and I think 3 here, which is a total of 7, but they only have 5 available. So I'm going to check their rally guerrillas to underground. Oh, they could do the underground thing. Guerrillas to underground in all space with an active guerrilla, a DR base, and a cube. Oh, no cube. Place bases, no. Place guerrillas at DR bases. Okay, so the priorities for these are the same. So I'm just going to roll a die, a 1, 2, 3, or a 4, 5, 6 to see where it gets them first so that we can... Okay, 1, 2, 3 was here. So they'll place the 3 guerrillas in this space. And they will place the 2 remaining guerrillas in this last space here. And this does give them control back. They should have had control back anyway. Oh no. So they might be, if they have control again, that's an extra 2 for them. I think they're over their threshold as well. We can just double check this really quickly. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 bases. It should be at 8. Okay, hold on, let me check. Yeah, I think what happened is I had forgotten to make them go lower when we ended up taking those spots over. So they should be at 8 now. Because they have 1 population, 2 population is 4 population, and they have 4 bases out. So that was them doing the event. They free rallied in each space with a base. Next, we're going on to BRAC. And government player does have some special instructions here. Let's see what they say. Okay, so place a police in a space with troops, but no police if possible. Place 1 police anywhere at lesser value of +6 or aid. Lesser value would be +6 because the aid's at 10. So they're going to get +6 resources, and they're going to place 1 police anywhere. And as we saw, they're going to place it in a space with troops, but no police if possible. That does occur here. And that's going to remove our control. Ugh. Any other space with troops, but no... Oh, here, too. So it seems to me that they would want to randomly select between those 2 spots. I mean, if I were the government player, I would do it here. But I think they're going to randomly decide. So, again, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6 for the other one. 5. So, well, what can you do? They're going to place a police here. Dummies. And then they're going to get 6 resources, so bring them up to 11. And that was their event. Then the syndicate will do operation plus special activity. Oh, we never saw what the next card is. SIM. So syndicate player. Could they add a gorilla to a casino? Where nope, can't do that. March to MTEC with one gorilla. With any gorillas with cash from where? So with cash, I'm reading the with cash. So if next propaganda card will be final, yes, that's true. Then they'll march with any gorillas that have cash from where there's no closed casinos to where there are closed casinos. They can do that. They can march from here, La Habana, over down to Pinar del Rio, because that has a closed casino, and they have cash here. So looks like that's what they'll do. So they'll march from where there's no closed casino to a closed casino with their cash. And that will cost them 1 resource to do so. Like that. I don't think that's true anywhere else. I mean, they can't march all the way down here. So that will cost them their 1 resource. And that was their operation. Now they will try to profit. So they're going to place up to 2 cash at open casinos where the syndicate has no cash. So they're going to place these last 2 cash markers. Open casino where they have no cash. There. And they have cash there. Open casino. They already have cash there. I think that's it. They can't place any more cash, so this one stays. They can't double up cash in one space either. So that was their special activity. Then it's on to us. We will go. Or a Directorio, not sure which one. So that was Brat card. This is Sim. Right, that was, yeah. SIM. And oh, good. We got a government momentum during a time when the government's not eligible. Oh! Bum, bum, bum. So it looks like this will be the last video. Man, it was down to the 5th from the last card. So, gosh, so this is the last thing that we're going to be able to do. We better cross that plane. We need to cross. And then remove support from play. God, I hope that yeah, okay. We're going here. And oh, were we supposed to activate a gorilla in order to do the kidnap? I just want to double check that real quick. I don't think so. So we can kidnap again here and we can end up taking that cash. This might be just what we needed. Oh my God. Okay. So we're going to terror any space with underground gorillas. We will absolutely terror down here. This will cost 1 resource to do. Boom. And then we're going to get to flip this and add a terror marker. And because the margin for victory is important here, the syndicate player, it looks like they're not going to be able to actually open up any more casinos right now, which is great because that means they're not going to win. But because the margin of victory is important, and I've never fully gotten to the end of a solo playthrough like this before, I just want to make sure we're doing this in as many spaces as possible. Like, resources be damned, those don't count. So that costs our 1 resource. And then if I can do it again in another spot, any space with underground gorillas, here, we can do it here. So we can flip this. This will cost a resource. We can add a terror marker. And we can add a passive opposition, and that's a 1 location space. So we forgot to add our 2 here, and then we can add 1 more there. Let's just double check. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13 plus the 4 bases is 17. Oh, no. And I have 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 14 plus 4 is 8. Okay. So we've got 18 right now. We might be able to squeak this one out, boys and girls. Great. Let's kidnap. We can, we have an underground, or just July 26th guerrillas exceed police. That occurs in Pinar del Rio. Oh, it doesn't have an open casino anymore. Open casino. And oh man, I don't think we can actually do that anymore. We can't do it here because we don't. But it has. We've got cash. Can we do that? City, EC, or open casino. Where terror op? Oh no, I don't think we did terror op in Pinar del Rio last turn. That was a rules mistake. In the prior video, I think, when I did the terror, it says where the terror op occurred. I don't think we did terror op in Pinar del Rio. And yet, man, so we cheated again. So this is a win with an asterisk, I think, if we can get it. Looks like we can't do the... that's a bummer. We can't do the kidnap. That's okay. So, I think technically because we didn't do a special activity, then I don't know if we must go there, in which case the Directorio can't play the event. But let me just double check. Okay, we can't do special operation anyway. I think we can still go here because it's the last event card before the final propaganda card, and section 2.3.9 says any operations that you do must be limited operations, which means we can only do terror ops in one space, which means that we should have not done that here. So we lose 1 and we lose 2. We can't do those terror ops because the last propaganda card, we can only do limited operations, even if we choose to do this. And so we'll get back to resources. We can only do an operation in one location, and we definitely wanted to do it here so that we could get above. So we lost out on 2 more there. We just crossed the threshold. So there you have it. Now the Directorio player will go, and they will do the event. Gosh, I don't want to be cheating in this game. Like, if we can only do a limited operation, do we have to go here? In which case the next player can't do the event? I don't think it's a must. Like, the way it's written, it just says, like, if they did... you can correct me if I'm wrong and say that I lost, and that's totally fine. We're gonna asterisk this till the cows come home with our victory. But let's just hope that the special activity... You know what? I'll do it both ways. I'll do the prop card both ways, and we can see what would have happened. So if the Directorio did the event, they would remove support from a space with no police, and that would happen here. So they would remove that, and the government player would go down even further. That's what would happen. If they were instead to do an operation, they would terror in an active space. They would terror here, and we would actually go down by 2 to 14. So let's just... Either we're going to be at 14, and then we can see what the victory margin is between us and the syndicate player in the last prop card, or we can say, well, the the Directorio played the event, they removed support there, and that was the end of the game, and we would still be above the threshold for winning. So you can call it either thing. Let's play the prop card, because that was the last card. So we, they're in this like Schrodinger's operation here. We don't know what they did. We'll check for victory. Well, path A, where we win, this would just be the end. We would win, because we have enough opposition and bases to be above our winning threshold, and no other faction is. Let's just double check. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, the Syndicate have 7. The Directorio, they definitely don't have enough. They have 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 8. And then the government is just out of the running. So we would win if the Directorio is allowed to play the event. I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments about whether they are. You can argue with me, and that's fine. So, yeah, except in a one-player game, but this just says you have to get to the last prop card, which we did. So... either we won, or path B, where they did the event, and then this ended up shifting down to 14. Let's see what would have happened there. The Directorio would have spent a resource. I don't think the resources actually factor into this at all. Then, so that didn't happen. We're still going to add resources to people's thing. I'm sure. So the government will add 8 plus their aid, which is 10. 8 plus 10 is 19. No, 18. So they'd be at 29. I think. My brain is not functioning. July 26th will add 4. The Directorio would have spent 1 to do their op last round. Directorio adds the number of spaces it has pieces, and that's 3. 1, 2, 3. So they get 3. Then Syndicate adds population of each city with plus twice the number of casinos. Yeah, they're going all the way to the top. Then Skim with open casinos and no underground guerrillas. So they're safe from Skim. They're safe from Skim. So this is the only spot. Oh no, there's 2 spots. So they'll transfer 2 and then 4 to the controlling faction. So to the government player. So they'll drop out to 45, down 4. Government player will go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Then cash. Any faction with cash receives 6 bonus resources, or they replace it with a base. For the Syndicate, place an open casino or open a closed casino. I think they will open casinos if they're able to. So they'll do this to open a casino. Oh my gosh, and look at this. Suddenly the Syndicate's back in the... I think this Syndicate's going to win then, just based on that alone. No need to take the margin into account because they're over the threshold. And then they're going to do it here too. No, they can't do it there, but they'll get resources from this one and resources from this one. Okay, so depending on your interpretation, so this bumps them up to 8 open casinos, and then we'll downgrade the U.S. Alliance box, and we will shift aid. I don't think any of this really matters, but it goes minus 10 all the way down to 0. Civic action. Here's where this stuff does matter. Government control, troops, and police. That's only in the cities and in Sierra Maestra. They're going to spend 4 resources to remove 1 terror and then shift 1 level toward active support. They're going to do that in the places with the biggest swing. So that's going to be in Sierra Maestra and in... Oh no, they're probably going to do it The biggest swing resource-wise is going to be up here. So they'll spend 8, so 8 resources. Brings them down to 25 to put... Man, the government player is going to come back from this, aren't they? This will bring them up to 10. Then they'll spend... They want to do it in the cities, honestly. 8 here. Another 4 here is 12. 12 is 13. Okay. That gives them another 2, 3. 3. And then they could do it here. Wait, they need control, don't they? Yeah, government control, troops, and police. So then they can also do it here. They can't do it any of the others. They can't do it, like, for example, up here because they don't have control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's uncontrolled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it's not uncontrolled. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's only 6 pieces here. Because the... Oh my gosh, okay. So they can do it here. They can spend another 4, which brings them down to 9. I think it's... Oops. No. That's the wrong thing. Goes down to 9. I think in the rules for it, it says they don't go down to 9 except if it's the final round, in which case they do. So they spent 4 there, and then they spent another 4 to go again. So they'll get 2 more aid, or not aid, support. And then lastly, they will do it once here to further make us angry. So that's another 4 resources. They don't care about resources, the game's over. Agitation. In spaces with July 26 control, every 1 resource removes a terror or shifts 1 level toward opposition. So where are the places we control still? There's only 2 on the map. This one's already at active opposition. So we at least can do some damage here. We'll have to spend 3 resources to go 1 and then 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3. This will cause us to go up by 1, 2, and the government player to go down by 1. Because they had passive support, and then... So now we're back over the threshold. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so close. That's the only spot we can do it in. I wish we could do it in, here or something, but we can't. Oh, and that cost 3 resources to do. Expat backing, they can free rally in 1 space. Oh, but they don't have... They can free rally in order to flip all their guerrillas underground, I guess, because they don't have any available guerrillas. And they don't have any bases to place, so this is the only action that free rally does. Then, game end. If final round, determine victory, 7.3. And it is, so let's look at the rules for section 7.3. 3, 5, 7.3. After final propaganda. Ends without a victory check, win, which is true. Well, in side B, then it's not true, or it is true. Side A, where the Directorio did the event, we won. The player with the highest victory margin below will win. So what you do is you take... it's really not worth doing for the factions that aren't at their victory conditions because they're going to have a negative value for their victory check. So we really only have to check the syndicate, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 open casinos and 49 resources. and us, which is also right at the victory condition there. So let's see how we calculate this. July 26 minus 15, so we're at 1 because we have 16 and it's minus 15, 1. Syndicate, lower of open casinos minus 7, which is 1, or syndicate resources minus 30, which is 19. It's also 1. What is it, a tie? Come on. Lower of. Wow. Let's double check the propaganda section for the non-player factions to see. I don't think it matters. Player victory here in a one-player game. They must avoid. Yes, we did that. Highest victory condition margin after the final round. If not, the non-player with the highest wins. They must avoid any non-player win, which is true, and have the highest victory margin after the final round. I don't know. Is it a tie? It could be a tie. I would love to hear everyone's feedback, comments, etc. So either we won in the case where the Directorio did the event, or we may have tied if the Directorio was allowed to do their terror op there and remove our victory condition, because then at the end of everything, we ended up each base with open casinos. We ended up at the victory check. We just met the victory condition, both of us. The way I'm reading the victory check for the Syndicate, even though they have 2 victory conditions, they met both of those. It's the lower amount of resources minus 30, which is like 19, versus 8 minus 7, which is a 1. So since it's the same, then I vote that it would be a tie. I'm not sure how to do that. I'm going to check on Board Game Geek. But again, I would love to hear your take on it in the comments. Did we win? We don't know. Did we free Cuba? I don't know. But I had a hell of a time. I thought this was a lot of fun, and I look forward to doing the next series with you all very shortly. Have a good one. Crosstown Gamer signing off. Bye.